Hello everyone, this is Commander Trium, talking to you once again from the universe of Elite. We're just doing a quick check here to see if we can engage with Soapy Knight, Commander Soapy Knight, and persuade him to join us in our quest to the Canopus cluster to search down the Guardians.
Hello, hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. We're all still in here, okay.
So,
I've just been assassinating things.
are you, did you take a look at the news regarding the Thargoids and the Guardians and Pranav and Tal?
No, it's been a very long time since I've been able to just sit down and get jiggy with the Galnet. I've been trying to listen to Lave Radio's podcast for the past few days because they had a new one on Tuesday, and I haven't been able to have time to listen to the whole thing yet.
Oh.
Barely get. They have an interview with the community manager from Frontier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's on the show.
I guess I should go and have a listen. Anyway,
Yeah.
the Thargoids are all about to invade the core worlds.
Oh yeah.
They came closer. They're now. Hang on here. Let's give you they're about 80% the way between the Pleiades and the core worlds now on that chain of stars that leads out to the Arietis sector. So the next sector that they'll be in is, let's see here, there's Arietis, there's the Hyades sector and the Arietis sector.
Yeah.
And Hyades goes between Pleiades and Arietis on its way to the core worlds. They made it into Hyades. They've got to go through the Arietis sector, and they'll be at Jataya probably in the next update. Well, they'll hit 49 Arietis in the next update. You'll know where that is. Yeah. And they'll be past 40, and then a week later, at the end of February, they'll be in the Jataya, in the vicinity of Jataya or Kamitra, or somewhere in the Tukanai sector, entering the Empire. So they're very close.
The Empire. I mean.
Yeah, they're very close to the Empire. Specifically to hang on here. I think I know who it is, but I want to make sure.
You said something about Prental Vanal or something?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. That's what is interesting me right now.
Well, Pranav and Tal, just to review, Pranav and Tal controls Utopia, which is a region of space that has a lot of territory to it, and he is contesting Young Rui, sorry.
Yeah.
And Young Rui has got, he's consolidated his strength, so he was spaced out as well. And the two of them sort of switched. So now Antal is overextended, and Young Rui has got
fortified.
He's now fortifying, and he's being undermined at a couple points, but mostly he gave up control of a lot of the worlds and surrendered them to Antal. And it looks as if he's now posing. Well, he's in 10th place because of his control points. But if he plays his card right, he could actually take on Mayan, Prime Minister Mayan of the Alliance, in terms of size. Hudson is down and out. He's becoming irrelevant. He's got his worlds. His
Felicia's just going to take over.
Well,
Hudson out.
He's got his core following, but it looks like Felicia Winters is climbing in strength by quite a bit. And if you look at
now, do any new power play figures appear or old ones disappear?
No, there's just the 11 for now. I haven't seen any. The only ones that the beta has revealed, the Guardians and the Thargoids get their own symbols in the new one.
Yeah, I've heard that. And then a bunch of people speculated Alliance, no. Like,
well, they might
just so you can see where they are.
Maybe, but the Thargoids could be communicated with, like they're intelligent. And the Guardians, no one really knows what the hell happened to them. We may be on the verge of finding out, though, because the Guardians have a mission. They've got their first community mission, sponsored by Ramta. And Ramta is saying he's getting out of the Guardian business because he himself has become overextended, and it's costing him too much money to do research independently into the Guardians. But he thinks he's the one voice amongst the engineers who thinks that the Guardians could hold the key to controlling the galaxy. Because they're an older species and they at one point did control the galaxy. So, the Thargoids
what if it turns out they're just an ancient version of us?
Well, we don't know enough about them.
We're going to learn a lot soon.
Well, yeah, because there's a lot of players that are now going out to past the Canopus cluster and are starting to enter what was once the core Guardian space, which is kind of interesting. It was so close to us, but we know that there are other intelligent species in the galaxy that remain undiscovered, because the species that what the hell were they called here? I got them. The Akinari. They were taken.
I've heard of that.
Yeah, they were rendered extinct by humanity after the Empire was being founded, and during the process of the foundation of the Empire, the Akinari were wiped out by a disease, or
so we think,
or so we're told. This is an old story, however. We have had diseases. Interspecies diseases are difficult, but this is a game, number one. But there are problems. If an alien race came here and it had a plague, the odds of it transmitting it to humanity would be extremely small.
Because their biology would probably be so much different.
Their biology would be, they've evolved differently.
Unless they were ancient versions of humans.
That isn't likely. Our archaeology is consistently showing that humanity probably evolved here on this planet and didn't.
Yes, but maybe the initial DNA was provided by the ancient human.
Well, any trace of that.
Maybe they designed the DNA.
Not likely.
And planted it to evolve on the planet.
No. That's talking from ignorance. The likelihood of that is so tiny.
And they live for billions of years, so they can watch it all lay out in front of them.
We know that humanity didn't exist 60 million years ago. Okay. So sometime between 60 million and 1.5 million years ago, humanity got its origins. The odds of someone in that time frame, that is a long time, but the odds that they could insert DNA that would survive mutation over either millions of years, even 1.5 million years, right down to the present day, so that it would influence our evolution, is so infinitesimally small. Given the fact that we've lived in this biosphere and existed in this biosphere for at least 1.5 million years, the odds of an alien species having any influence over our development are infinitesimal.
What if the plague affected all carbon-based life forms?
Again, the question would become then what's the difference? What would be germane to human beings?
Or carbon-based life forms.
So yeah, and that likely did happen. But what's the difference between that happening and a meteor falling out of the sky into some goo that's primordial goo that's somehow amassed from the core of the ground in the form of amino acids after decaying single cellular life or microbial life. Like, it doesn't...
What was I watching once? There was something I was watching once that said basically, like, there was an amino acid, basically.
Yeah.
Some sort of protein that had a rudimentary way of reproducing itself by splitting, and that was the origin of life type thing. That suddenly this splitting became more complex and mutations happened, and that's how life spawned through mutations, and then evolution took over.
And it could have. And what sparked that? Was it an electrical charge? Was it
Yeah.
There could have been any one of a number of different energy sources could have caused that, including thermal, electrical, gravitic. Like, you can speculate all you want, but the bottom line is that there's no difference between a meteor falling from the sky and an alien race injecting it into the DNA strains. It's about as likely to take, it's about as likely to influence anything else, and it's about as likely to end up with a species like us talking and arguing about it.
You know what would be a good theory to the origin of life?
What?
Underwater volcanoes.
What about them?
Well, you know how there's like very few species that can survive without direct or indirect influence from sunlight. And some of them
that's not true.
Ones that live on.
We have found at least tens of thousands of species using bathos gas.
That's very few out of the grand number of all of them. That's a very few number.
Many of them don't require oxygen, nitrogen. Some of them survive on sulfides, on silicates. They don't even need. Some of them eat rock. I mean, there's no end to the diversity of life on this planet. And if it's anything like that in a galaxy, I mean, Jesus Christ, you could.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's got to be something out there that's.
And why would an alien race waste its time trying to bridge that diversity when it's already happening as a part of natural processes throughout the galaxy anyway? Like, what would you gain from it? Oh, some grand conspiracy theory? Like, we're gonna, let's give rise to a hominid-type species with opposable digits on the end of an upper terminus, and it make it bipedal and intelligent and blah, 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 so it can understand language, communicate. Like, you can't design a fucking species like that not that far back. You can't. There's too many goddamn variables, and you have no control over anything, including the environment, which you need to have absolute control over to guarantee development, according to this ridiculous course. So, anyway, in terms of the game overall, you'd still end up with you're still ending up with an unexplained non-proliferation of aliens, and we know of only 4 alien species out there. In the original Elite, it was just humanity, and I understand what gave rise to this. I mean, the game's author, David Braben, didn't want really to speculate probably about, do you
think I hate you?
He probably didn't want to speculate overly about what kinds of aliens might be out there, especially when he's trying to make the game realistic in terms of the timeline and you know, the star names and whatnot, they're all like very close to what actually exists near us here in the solar system. I was going to say also, young Rui. So anyway, Aisling Duval is likely the likely first target of the Thargoids. It's either her. Oh shit. Hello.
My computer decided to have a fart. A very, very long.
I thought you had a
fart.
I thought you had a good computer.
I do, but
It doesn't seem
take
like
a
it.
long fart.
Get a new one.
It's probably because I need to restart it and update or some shit. Because, you know, it gets turned off like once a year.
How about reformat the whole fucking thing and start over?
I probably could, actually. My biggest complaint about doing that before was it would take forever to download everything.
I did it recently myself, and it does take forever, and it's not pleasant, but it's necessary if you don't know how to manage Windows properly.
Every 6 months on my laptop, my old laptop, I used to reformat every like 6 months just to, because it was a piece of shit. Like, this was a long time ago.
Holy shit.
Early 2000s.
Sorry to interrupt you, but holy shit, Felicia Winters has expanded her territory quite considerably. She's bigger than, I think she might be bigger than Man now. She is bigger than Man.
I don't need a big spot. I know where I can sit and make my money within Man's territory.
Okay, do you understand how the expansion works?
Like, what needs to be done?
Well, it's different for every power. No, that's not what I'm referring to. What I'm referring to is that there are numbers in here, and if you expand, I'm interested in, like, what if I want to take on a mission, a self-invoked mission, and I want to help. Say I want to help Pranav and Tal take over, or no, young Rui take over a couple of worlds, well, a star system, basically, that's currently held by the Federation.
You would have to join him. You would definitely have to join him first.
But that's not what it says in the list, you understand? Like, it doesn't say that in the PowerPlay docs. Give me a...
Okay, well, what do you... So, like, you're talking about the PowerPlay menu under navigation?
No, I'm talking about you go to the map.
Yeah.
And there's PowerPlay. So...
Yeah, under navigation.
There's
like
open
navigation is like 4 lines above.
Right, so anyway, you one way or another, either using the GNN access point or use the map, and you go into the list, and you select your target, right? And then you see here control. Okay, Shadow President Felicia Winters Tactics specialize in blah blah blah, and then you click on like a world, like Nechi, or something they don't control right now. Hang on, that one she controls. Ah, here we are, Hyades sector. Okay, and so Shadow President Media Team provide education about how liberal values bring a better life to all in the targeted systems. But it doesn't really say, okay, all preparation for this entry in top 9 will be cancelled at the end of the cycle, blah, 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 by completing preparation actions. So what are the preparation actions for a given system? How do you find those?
Well, I prep them by delivering trade agreements.
Yeah, but it's different. It's not the same for every one of these people.
Does Felicia not tell you what her shit is?
Hang on.
Well, you want Prental, right?
No. Well, I'm using this as an example. It doesn't matter who it is.
Well, tell me who it is. I'll tell you what you have to do.
I'm more interested in where it tells you how to do it.
In the power play. Ethos.
No.
Preparation.
There's specific. No. You're not listening. Per every world, there is a specific task that you have to do to help that system fall into the control of the host entity, the one that you're looking at. So if I go,
one that's not controlled by no one.
Hang on, let's go back here.
There we go. I found one.
Let's go to Rui. Here's Rui. Is it control? No. That just gives you the control sphere for a specific world.
It's the top one. Preparation.
Don't talk like that. Like, what do you mean the top one? What are you referring to?
Wait, are you in the power play thing right now?
Yes.
Okay. So, you want to figure out how to prep for Rui.
Yes, and it says there's a menu. Overview, pledge, preparation, expansion, control, and stats.
No, it's on overview. You can see preparation.
No. Yeah, but that doesn't tell you. There's a place where it tells you for every world. Like, it'll change it for different worlds.
Okay, I see.
Hang on here. Preparation actions. Like, the preparation actions are specific to a world.
Okay, let's see. Preparation tasks, lead them by the wallet. Bring serious franchise packages from our control system to help forge exploitable economic ties.
Where do you see this?
Jangor, under the preparation tab.
1 second, now it just dumped me out of there. No, fuck off. Fuck off, I said. Young Rui leverages connections to Sirius Corp to build a resistible flood of discounts, media presence, inspiring spending and investment from the population. So what the hell does that mean I have to do? Is
Wait, you're on the preparation tab?
Yes! Right.
Okay, let me... Oh, click on Jangor. Top 9 systems. I click on Jangor and it tells me what Jangor is.
Prepare Jangor to allow it to move into expansion and excite. Increase level of preparation by completing preparation actions. Again, what are
it's at the bottom. Preparation task. Leave them by the wallet.
Where?
Where you just read that. Government factions, and then government type, and then highest contributing power, then population, then economy, then potential value on CC, and then under that there's a square with 2 arrows facing left and right. Preparation task. Lead them by the wallet.
No, that's not it. It says potential value CC earned from per cycle, income upkeep.
Under that. Further down.
Then it says view on map.
In between that.
No, there's nothing. Not on my screen.
Okay, maybe you can't see it because you're not part of a power. Because I can see that. There's something there.
I see. Thank you. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, we worked it out bit by bit. We figured it out.
Very slowly. Okay, so, do you want...
I was like, how do you not see this?
Do you want to help out with Ramtaz's last hurrah, the community goal? Is the next question.
What is that one?
Ramtaz, the galaxy's foremost expert in the Guardians, has revealed that his research funding will soon end. In an effort to make the most of his remaining finances, the engineers appealed to the independent pilots to deliver the Guardian artifacts to his base in the DN system. In a statement, he said that public interest in the Guardians may have waned, But I believe there's more to learn. Only through investigation analysis can we hope to fully understand the Guardians or technology in relationships to other species. This knowledge could be of great importance to humanity, I agree. Campaign has received a financial boost from the end General Industries, which has promised to reward pilots. Campaign begins 8th February, blah, blah, blah. Be aware faction state changes, yeah. So basically, you have to go out into the Canopus cluster. You start there. You go get artifacts, and you bring them back to him instead of holding on to them like I was. And you dump them off, and you get paid for them extra on top of dumping them off. Because I still have the mission.
Is this a transport mission or a, like, combat mission?
Oh, it's transport more than combat.
So I should pull out the Type 7.
Yeah, you want your fastest ship.
You're not gonna have a whole lot of cargo. This is like
Who the hell is talking?
That's Rural.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Rural Law was in here.
No.
No, listen.
I can't hear him.
He is a little quiet right now, yeah.
Anyway, what you have to do is get a cargo ship that has a jump range of 25 light years. Can you do that? Yes or no?
Maybe.
So
I might have to...
You have to retrofit your Asp Explorer, basically.
No, my Asp Explorer is 25,000 now at what it is, and...
Well, so you're going to put the cargo bays don't cost jump range.
No, well they do when they're full.
Yeah, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Okay, then my Type 7's good.
Okay, so the next step for me then is to switch ships, and then I'm going to head to the Canopus cluster right now, because
I'm actually going to change one thing on my Type 7.
I've also got to change one thing on my Dolphin, which is the ship I'm going to use, and that is I'm going to give it a big fuel tank.
I was just going to put a scoop.
Can you get rid of Rural Law? Because that fucking squeaking noise is coming through your speaker now into mine.
Coming through mine?
The feedback. You don't hear feedback.
Barely.
Yeah, well, I hear it, and it's extremely irritating. I just can't stand it. It's like the one thing stopping me from like chatting with him more frequently is the fact that every time I chat with him, he's got that fucking feedback that he can't get rid of, and no other player has that except him.
I just put it on mute.
I can't live with it, so yeah. Well, you can put him on mute, but then what's the point? Then he thinks that you're listening to him,
Then
and
he
you're
can
not.
still text chat us. Well, he can hear us, and I can reply by chatting. With like I can reply by voice, but he can type if he needs something. Yeah. And then if we need voice for whatever reason, like he's being attacked and he needs to direct, then I can just be like, okay, hold on me for a bit so we can do this shit.
Yeah, well, we're going to be in the Canopus cluster right away, thousands of light years away from him, so... Unless he's coming along.
Oh, unless he wants to come along.
Well, he can come along if he wants, but...
Well, we need to make a wing anyways. If we're going to do this kind of shit, we should be in a wing so we can, like...
Yeah, except that...
keep track of each other.
Except I have a mission, and I need to, like, collect as many of the artifacts as possible, so I'm going to try to hog all the artifacts.
Well, I mean, at least keep track of each other for the trip. Once we get there, we just break off and go our own ways.
Except that there's not a multitude. there's not a multitude of Guardian bases out there, one for everyone. It's like there's a base and there's 3 of you, and you can all
No,
be...
I mean, like, everyone goes to a different system. So everyone's looking...
Do you have any idea how far... The reason I'm sending you there in an Asp Explorer is because these systems are not close together.
I know, but I'm just saying, like...
Yeah, well, you're going to get there and you're going to find out that the next nearest Guardian system is, like, 500 light years away. And you're not just going to, like, oh, okay, I'll just go over here. Well, no, it'll take you, like, a week to get there if you have the wrong ship class.
Once I'm full, it's going to be hard to get back. Once it's full, it's good.
No, the fucking urn and the tablet and whatnot, the casket, they're not, like, they're not heavy.
They're not 1-ton objects?
Yeah, they're 1-ton objects. How many tons? Oh, I see what you're saying. You're going to have...
I have 304 tons I can carry.
Oh, I'm not putting 304 tons into an Asp Explorer, no fucking way.
Well, I'm not using the Asp, I'm using the fucking...
Well, the Type 7
Actually, it's going to be a little less once I put the scoop on.
The Type 7 is not going to be the ship you're going to go out there in, because it will take you a week to get out there.
My Type 7 can jump farther than fucking some Olympian that's good at long jump.
Uh-huh.
I don't know any good references there. I wish I did, because that would be awesome to just pull out some random awesome long jumper's name. I was gonna say Donovan Bailey, but he was like a 100-meter dasher or something.
He was on steroids as well, and he cheated.
Yeah, and so did Lance Armstrong.
Yeah, well, I actually tried steroids too, but I wasn't an Olympic athlete.
I considered it, but then I was like, oh yeah, I'm fucking lazy.
You know what? Getting drugs is incredibly fucking time consuming. It's just like so annoying. One of the reasons I want the government to be involved is just to like save time.
Yeah.
Oh,
when pot's illegal, like this cop was worried about it, saying there's always going to be a black market. They're going to be able to sell it cheaper on the street. It's like, yeah, but people aren't going to want to go through the effort of buying it on the street.
That's like saying that's the most
off of cheaper.
No one would take that seriously because gee, I wonder what the precedent here is. Could it be something called the prohibition? You don't see black market sales for fucking booze all over the place. Like, what does this guy... typical fucking police attitude. They're just like the most ignorant fucking people sometimes. They just like want to shake them. Like, God, are you...
His other point was valid, though, was the impaired driving, because they do not have a tool yet for testing on the spot.
Oh, for fuck's sakes, as if... Yeah, and that's valid because, you know what? No one's doing it now.
Yeah, but I mean, like, if it's going to be illegal, you want it to be like alcohol. You're able to test someone on the side of the road if they're drunk or not.
You know what? That makes no sense at all. So, what stops someone from being high and driving now anyway? Nothing.
I know, but once it's readily available, people feel like it's more allowed.
It will be more allowed, but it doesn't mean that you can drive your car while you're high. It's not going to be... You know what? That is just... That is not how people react. I'm sorry. I know that much about it.
I know a lot of dumbass people, though. That's the only reason I'm like, yeah, you know what? That's probably a legitimate concern.
Yeah, but
I know a lot of stupid fucking people.
Yeah, but they were dumb enough. They'd still be dumb enough to drive while high right now anyway. I mean, it's not. It's completely different for every substance. First of all, the amount that it affects your driving. You shouldn't do it. You shouldn't do it. But I'm just saying that the actual number of accidents triggered because of it, you're not going to see the day that drugs become legal. Suddenly, accidents and deaths skyrocket through the ceiling. Like, that's what he's trying to say, in point of fact.
I know, but I'm not arguing that it's dangerous to drive high or that it's going to stop people. I'm just agreeing with if they catch someone who is driving high.
Yeah, but
how are they going to prove that they were currently high at that point?
The same way they do today, which is, i.e., they don't and can't and won't.
Exactly, but that's his point. Like, what's going to stop these few people who are driving high?
Yeah, but again, without in the absence of there being anything to stop you today, it's no worse than it already is. So I don't see it.
You want to know what's stopping you today? No. Is nothing.
Nothing, right?
Which, if there was something, maybe less people would drive high. I'm just saying, like, maybe there's
drug laws already.
People do because there's no repercussion.
They're already such a goddamn joke. The war on drugs has been an abysmal failure for at least the last 60 years.
I don't disagree with that.
We had prohibition before that as our experience. We learned nothing from it because the cops always have an excuse, just like everyone else.
Name a drug, I've tried it. Like, I'm not against drugs at all. I am totally for drugs. I'm not arguing that at all.
I'm not pro-drug or anti. I'm not pro-drug or anti-drug. Let me be clear. I'm not pro-drug or anti-drug. I'm pro-freedom. You can do whatever you want.
Well, yeah. I'm not gonna force people to do drugs, but I mean, if you want to do drugs, do drugs. Like, it's just like drinking.
Exactly.
If you do it responsibly, it's not dangerous.
I'm just frustrated.
Don't do it responsibly.
Right, but I'm frustrated with the society's response, which has been to take a really bad, serious potential problem and make it a really, really, really serious problem when it doesn't have to be.
I'm saying if they had the ability to test who on the spot who was actually high while driving.
I understand what
that
you're
would
saying.
Be a great benefit.
Yes, absolutely. I'm all in favor. Go ahead. Go out there and do the research. Find something that'll work. I'm all in favor of that. Absolutely. I'm not going to oppose that. What sane person would? But at the same time, it's not a justification for keeping drugs illegal. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, I'm not saying keep them illegal. I'm just saying it is a valid point.
Unlike the cop who was saying that.
Where they're not ready.
Well, when
he didn't specifically say it shouldn't be legal because of this. He just said he had a concern because of it. Like, yes, that is a valid concern to have, not a valid reason to keep it illegal.
The only reason people go on television or in front of any media or in front of any microphone for that matter and start talking about concerns is you can substitute the word concern for oppose. That is the fact of the matter.
Just cut out there right when you were saying you can replace concern for
oppose.
Well, yeah. I get it, but I agree with the concern part. Like, if it is a legitimate concern,
I'm concerned. I'm concerned too, but it's not going to stop me from advocating legalization.
Oh, I'm not going to stop it either. Like, totally. Like, I'm about to go smoke some pot right now, so give me 1 minute.
I'm going to actually. I'm going to take my ship here and start moving in that direction. So I don't know, do you have a system you want to rendezvous in?
I don't know, I haven't plotted anything yet. I'm just getting to my type 7 meow. I'll do all that in a minute. I'll be like 2 minutes. I'll be back.
It always ends up being 15, but okay. That is not the menu I wanted. Arrgh! No, switch ships and then choose. And scrap. Yeah. Commodities. Hydrogen cell. Water cell. The hell sells water? Grain for $2.79. Polymers 3.
There, see? Like 2 seconds.
Yeah, when you focus on it. Like me.
Yeah, that's because
I just, you know what?
well.
You know what? I'm just frustrated because today was a really shitty day. That fucking stupid recruiter is totally shafting me, and she's just not admitting it. Like she's running now. She's asking me to prove that I can do a system admin job. It's like you never asked about this.
Shit.
You never asked this goddamn question before, and now you've got a completely different question. Like if you're gonna fucking tell me I've got a job, don't say, oh yeah, but we forgot to ask you, you know, after the process is done. So I'm going to have to start looking for work tomorrow, but that's okay because I got a bunch of people I have to call back from applications I put out, like RIDs I did for the government 2 weeks ago. And I haven't heard anything from them, so the government is notorious for dragging its fucking ass, but they're so fucking...
my work.
They're just so fucking slow. It's unbelievable.
I need to find a place that sells some ships.
Okay, so...
What do I have from FedMitch? Wait, I have a mission I have to complete in FedMitch. I don't know what it is, but it's...
Oh, I'm abandoning like a bunch of missions here that are just gonna... I'm just gonna let the cloth run out on them because I'm not... There's just not...
it's gonna be fun.
There's not gonna be... I blew up a bunch of ships today and whatever. While I was waiting for this stupid woman to call me back. Fuck, she is so aggravating. I just want to strangle the life out of her. She is so irritatingly stupid. And most recruiters are dumb. They don't understand software development. Like, she doesn't get that she understands conceptually that a software development is different than a system administrator or a network analyst. But she can't tell you what those differences are. And she's not alone. This happens all the time in computer consulting for the government. So why the hell are these people being enlisted as recruiters if they don't even know how to do their jobs? And they ask the software developers to do their jobs for them. Like, what is their purpose there? And you know what it is? It's like fucking straight out of that movie Office Space. I'm a people person. Well, you're useless, and when you don't need you there, you're completely like superfluous to the process. All you're not adding value. You're just adding, you know, a lack of communication to the whole setup because you don't understand anything. And if you don't understand anything, you can't be in the position you're in. But because they're in the position they're in, they never get caught. Some fucking brainwave has decided that, oh, well, we need to have recruiters that don't understand software development or network analysis, recruiting for software development and network analysis for the largest employer in the city. And that way, we'll get our jobs all filled somehow, magically. How? You don't know what you're looking for. To make matters even more confused, the procurement people that procure the services for the government at Public Works and Government Services Canada, PWGSC, they don't know anything either. So when a government business unit comes to them and says, we need a software developer with these skills, they literally put a grid together that makes it completely contradictory. Yes, you are being hired for 3 months to do C#, ASP.NET web development, and because we have in the back room somewhere an SAP server, you have to understand the entire architecture for SAP and PeopleSoft, even though it has nothing to do with the project work you'll be doing. On top of that, they turn around and then put a requirement: you have to have worked a full-time job as a network analyst or as Job X, software developer, for a full year for 12 contiguous months at least once in the last 5 years. But you're hiring me for 3 months. What's wrong with this picture? So you're going to have consultants, all of whom have been hired for between 3 to 6 month project lengths, but you expect them to have worked for an entire year. What's wrong with that? Does anyone have a brain in this scenario? Like, honestly, I don't get it. It's like people just don't think. And I've been dealing with this all day long. It's so frustrating. They're so stupid. Well, I shouldn't say that. There probably is there usually is a reason for it. But this is so, like, show-stoppingly stupid that, you know, people really have to take a step back and go, okay, this isn't going to work for this reason, right? They're not willing to. They have their job. They want it done a certain way. They want to keep their stakeholders are happy, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to do that, so they just don't ask the intelligent questions. Oh my God. This is my life. This is what I'm dealing with. And this is why I'm trying to get out of consulting, because honestly, I've had it with these people. Like, they're making it more and more difficult. You know, 5 years ago, you did not have to have all the security clearances, and you did not have to have, you know, a scenario where, oh, you have to have done X job inside the last 5 years to qualify to do this other job for 3 months.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me at all. So you're going to have what? Eventually, you're going to run out of people. You know how this is going to work, right? Eventually, you're going to run out of people, since you're the largest employer. You're going to run into a serious shortage of people who've actually worked a full year doing these jobs in the last 5. And you won't give them credit for any of the work they've done because they only worked there 6 months or 3 months or whatever your project length is. You know? And they just don't stop to think that, gee, maybe this isn't such a smart idea. It doesn't occur to them. It really doesn't. Only in the government of Canada. Well, I shouldn't say that. Apparently, the Americans have the same problem now.
Probably.
Right from the very frickin' top.
That was a delicious bounty I just got there. 2,000 credits.
Yeah, I know, and you can only feel productive inside this game environment.
Yeah. Oh my God, like, if life was as easy as this game, forget about it. I'd be like running back and forth from Toronto to Montreal just making money.
You know, people do that, and then they do lines of meth off CD cases in their truck cabins, and they laugh hysterically all the way down the 401 from Toronto to Montreal. Then they go back again, and they keep doing it for 3 weeks without sleeping.
Okay, maybe I would be more of the I'm a guy who.
Well, you have a family, first of all.
For me.
Yeah, you have a family, first of all. You're not going to be sitting going, doing lines of meth off the back of a CD case.
Well, there was a time, but let's not go there. And it wasn't off of the back of a CD case, and it wasn't on lines. It was in tinfoil and up a pen.
You know what the big popular thing was in Winnipeg? The cheap ass way of doing crystal meth was like.
Don't tell me it's the same as Sarnia.
No, shooting it started later. Initially it was smoking it out of light bulbs, out of little broken light bulbs.
Oh yeah.
So you'd go into all these buildings, like in rundown buildings in the downtown core, and you'd see like all the lights are broken, like it's dark on these floors, and you just know, like, okay,
meth head was here.
We've got meth heads on this floor.
No, they went a little more high class. They actually bought those rose in a glass thing.
Rose
that
in a
are
glass.
Actually like crack pipes.
Oh yeah. Well, they distribute those.
You know what?
They
I
distribute
thought
those.
I thought it was gonna be something cool and cute. So I bought it for my wife and I gave it to her. And I'm like, oh my god.
You've given your wife. You gave your wife a meth pipe.
Yeah, I was like, oh. Well, that's why the cashier was looking at me funny. I was seriously like, what the hell's this guy's issue? He's giving me like some weird eye for me buying this thing.
Here, have a meth pipe here. Oh, jeez. Or a crack pipe. You can use them both ways, but the light bulb is.
To tell you the truth, I didn't know there was a ball on the end because it was in a box. And I thought it was just a glass tube without the ball on the end. I'm like, you know what? That glass tube would be perfect for doing.
Well, you know what they do now, of course, is they have these free services. I don't know about your city, but in Ottawa and Toronto and Montreal, they have free services like vans filled with paraphernalia, and they go around and they just give it to you because it's cleaner than doing
well, there's a needle giveaway program. There's there's a methadone clinic.
Oh, and by the way, the Hep C problem seems to be getting dealt with now, coincidentally.
The what one?
The hepatitis C.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that seems
coincidentally.
Coincidentally, if you treat harm reduction, I mean, all these bloody conservative-minded people in this city. There's another freaking beef I could go on for way too long about. Oh, we're just encouraging it. Yes, that's right. Here's a needle. Fill it with something and just shoot it into your arm. That's what we're telling people. In fact, we give them a brochure.
Tasty.
We give them a brochure. Yeah. We give them a brochure that says that with every needle that we release. In fact, we tell them it's compulsory when they ask for a crack pipe. You must take at least a dozen syringes as well.
Hey, man, can I get a crack pipe? Here's a dozen syringes. Take them or get arrested.
Oh, God. God love conservatives. Anyway.
Sorry, I'm hurting your buddy right now. I'm hurting a young Rui. Serious security agent.
I'm sure he'll live. Okay, we're in the wrong star system, it turns out. Oh, dear me.
And they're dead.
What system we're in the computer
one
system.
missile into one of those motherfuckers.
Computer launch.
Forget about it. Oh yeah, I can do that. I forgot.
Meth?
Yeah,
No.
man.
Well, you can,
I could stay up in game for days.
Yes, you could. You wouldn't game as well, but...
I don't know. Last time I did it, I was fucking great.
Yeah.
Call of Duty Zombies, like I soloed that thing to like level 100 on
Of course, the last time I used my computer while on drugs. I took out my VR helmet and I got into one of these 3D music apps.
Oh my, yeah.
And it was just like, oh, I got a little rave in my head here. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, like
that was
I don't have
that was
a
lots
PC VR.
That was lots
But
of
I
fun.
do have the Gear VR, and there's some pretty awesome stuff on that even.
Yeah, there's some wicked stuff you can see on drugs, but
Some wicked stuff you can just see in life. Oh, I was thinking about it earlier. This was just one of those like tripping out moments. But there's only one solar system.
what? Yeah, there is only
There's
one.
only-
So I know.
Yeah, I realized that the solar system is a proper name.
Yeah, most people don't.
Like it just clicked in. I'm like, wait a second.
There's only
Solar
one.
system. Yeah, that's a proper name. That's like ours is the solar system. It'll never be a solar system.
No.
It's the solar system.
You can have a star system, but you can only...
You have a star system.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking about it, like every time I go to talk about a star in a system, I always start by trying to say sun, but then I'm like, no, it's not. It's not the sun. It's a star.
Yeah.
And I correct myself before I even start saying sun. So you would never notice. I'm like, wait a second, that means it's a. I was like, it's a star system. It's not a solar system. Solar system would refer to Sol, which is the name of our star.
That's right. It's a very unusual name, but actually, I don't even know.
Cool.
I don't know how
I
our
dig it.
star got named Sol.
It was Greek, I believe. I'm pretty sure it's a Greek name. Search up Sol on Google. See what comes up.
Well,
Sure,
I'd
something
have
Greek.
to take off my headset, so we can't have that.
Well, don't you have like an headset browser?
Yes, but it would require
Well,
that I would have to stop the game. It doesn't like you can't run one app over top of the other. It interferes with the environment. Oh,
No, you should be able to minimize one.
minimize where? It's all around you.
I know, but there should be like a little pop-up menu that could pop up and just be like, you give a command somehow by pressing a key or tapping the sides of the headset, and it opens up a menu where
There
you can
is
select
yes.
a different program.
There is an app that you can get, and it's used right now mostly for the chat, so that you can have YouTube chat inside of your cockpit when you're playing Elite with
Yeah.
your VR headset on. So, and it still doesn't show you where your keyboard is, so it's still kind of useless because you're like fumbling around looking for the keyboard while you're like trying to chat.
Well, didn't you take those keyboarding classes in high school?
Yes, I'm using them, but I still have to find the
It
keyboard
sucks.
first.
I hate it.
Yeah.
It's terrible. Like, I envy the people who are just like. I wish I could type like that. I'm still like almost.
I can because I was just talking about it with people that I went to get my medication at the drugstore today, and while I was waiting, it was like, oh yeah, they used to call me a male secretary. A what? A male secretary back in the 80s when I was working for the hospital. Like I had clerical jobs, right? So I'd go to university during the day and during the evening, and during the day I worked at the hospital, 9 to 5, being a quote-unquote male secretary. And that term is like just so wrong today, like it would be considered like hugely sexist.
Yeah.
It was thought it was being mildly sexist back in those days too, but it wasn't quite to the same degree.
Yeah.
Anyway, like you would be called a male secretary, and it was to differentiate you between you and I guess, I don't know, frickin' Secretary of Defense or a member of the United States Cabinet or something. I don't know where it comes from, but secretaries were female by and large up until the late 70s in Canada, and then in the 80s men started doing the job, and I was one of them.
Yeah.
And so, hang on, slowing, there we go. And so, yeah, I basically ended up doing this mail secretary job, thinking that it was
India, please request permission from StarCon before attempting
pretty
to talk
cool
to the
because I didn't have to do like I didn't have to work in a restaurant or something terrible like that.
I've never worked in a restaurant.
No, well, I didn't have to like do customer service, like I was doing bookkeeping or I was typing stuff, and I got very good at typing. I could type 100 words a minute, but it's like anything. If you don't practice it, you don't not as good. But today I can still type pretty darn fast.
Yeah.
But you have to. You're a software developer, and people are like standing there waiting for the software you developed. As the guy from New York, who is critical of Frontier's development practices with regard to creating Elite, will readily tell you, "Where is my feature?" Yes, well, I'm sure they're working on it. It's not happening fast enough.
Of course not. You're senile.
It will happen sooner or later.
Access granted. Make your way to landing pad 33.
Meanwhile, I have some vague idea what they go through, but I mean, obviously, every software.
I thought this was another fucking stupid. What? Would I kill a Sidewinder? I thought this was another Sidewinder, but it's a Cobra. I'm a little more happy about that.
What the hell is a Cobra again? Oh, Cobra Mark III, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, Cobra MK3. MK3.
And now you can have the Mark IV. The latest.
MK3 is the way to go. I don't care about no Mach 4.
I like the Mark III, but Mark III better anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, it's an agrarian base, so that's HR 5183. It's a farm. Farm! A space farm! With algae and plants.
Oh, this guy's just getting blown up.
Okay, switching ships again. Now, we are going to leave our ship here for safekeeping. Shipyard. Oh, I found out I can, I'm 70 million credits away from being able to afford my Anaconda.
Nice.
I do have
I
enough.
accidentally sold my Type 7.
I can buy the Anaconda right now if I want to, but it will not be outfitted properly. And if you don't outfit it properly, you will die.
Yeah, that's just like a sin not to, so I agree, do that, outfit it properly. I'm gonna go to Effinger Port.
What the
I
hell?
love that it's called Effinger.
It says I can't use the ship. Why?
Oh, does it require a rank? All of a sudden?
No, it's got 15 limpets on board. That's a problem. Hang on. We have to take the limpets off. Exit. Go to the outfitting. And take off the limpets. And what else did you say? What else did you say it could be?
What?
Well, I don't know. I didn't hear you.
Oh, I forget. Oh, I asked if there was some sort of rank involved all of a sudden, but
No.
I highly doubt that would be it.
No.
But yeah, the only other thing could be like inventory.
Yeah, I
If
know.
there's anything in your inventory and there's not enough inventory
Just the
space.
limpets. Go to.
Well, limpets are just inventory. Like, you don't need a limpet controller to carry limpets.
I know, but I only have 32 cargo. I'm just gonna take it off because I can't use them on that ship anyway. Okay, switch ships. Go to the shipyard. Go to storage ships. Back, please. Don't be a fucker. You fucker. Use this ship. It was the limpet somehow. I don't know why. Maybe I only have 16 cargo. I don't know. Okay, we have the dolphins. And what have we got for outfitting? We have a fragment cannon, a beam laser, 2 data link scanners, and a cartridge and a parachute. Food cartridges, 4 of those. So we have
fragment cannon is that thing you were asking about the other day.
Hey?
Yeah. You were talking about, like, someone using a weapon against you that was, like, the point defense.
Yeah, you said it was the cannon.
It was the fragment cannon.
No, the fragment cannon is a bunch of those little wee pellets, and they...
Yeah.
Yeah, well...
That
was not the fragment
Isn't that what
cannon.
you were talking about?
No, this is a bigger cannon.
Oh.
Anyway, it didn't matter what cannon it was. It was a twin outfit cannon. I got double shot on my cannons, so now I can fire 2 of them simultaneously. Both on the class 2. The primary weapon on my Python is the class 3 fragment cannon, and holy crap, I overcharged it. And now it's got level 3, I think. Yeah, it's got level 3, even though I'm level 4 with Ramta. And yeah, it'll rip your ship to little pieces. I almost got an experimental on it too, but I didn't qualify for some reason. I was like the wheel. I spun the wheel of misfortune and I didn't win. What a surprise.
I need to go to a port that's got stuff that's good.
No. Optional internal. Now. You want the economy class passenger cabin, 5E. It is 20 tons and carries 16 cabins. No, I don't really want the cabin. No, I have to have the cabin. That's the whole point of this thing. 16 cargo racks and a shield generator, 3E economy class passenger cabin.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
And a cargo rack, which we're going to get rid of right now because we don't really need that. We will use instead of the cargo rack, the fuel scoop.
I'm going to see if I can upgrade, maybe turn both my ships into one ship that can perform both roles just with a quick outfitting change.
I can have a planetary vehicle hangar. I might do that. Let's see if I can do that.
Can't believe I accidentally sold my Type 7 instead of saying use this ship.
You accidentally sold it?
Yeah.
You don't lose that much doing that, but it's a pain in the
I
ass.
know. It's a pain in the ass. That's all it is. I could have bought one right then and there, but I'm like, yeah, you know what? I just want to see what's around right now. Maybe if I trade both of them in for one, like, ship that's better in both aspects, then I'm happy. Or at least equal in one and better in the other, then I'm also happy. Or equal in both that they are right now. Like if one's like, if it's an amazing carrier and fighter, then fuck yeah.
Standard dock computer, planetary probe suite, advanced discovery scanner, 4E cargo rack. Yeah. Shield generator? Yeah, I need the shield generator. I guess we're going to have to sacrifice one passenger cabin that only has 4 cabins in it. The other one has 16, so we'll take off the 3E economy class passenger cabin.
I put in a scoop.
And we're going to put in the fuel tank.
Ooh.
The scoop we'll come back and get if we have no choice, but I'm going to go with a tank, because I think a tank...
A scoop's always safer because
I know,
You
but
can always scoop,
it's a
but you
dolphin.
can't always refuel a tank.
Yeah, but you can't. I don't have very good shields, and I'm not going to be able to just sit next to the sun. Plus, I can only get a class 3 scoop, which means I have to sit next to the star long enough for it to set my whole ship on fire, and I just don't want to do that.
I've worked out a very good method using a class 3 that you can do like 2 rotations of the star
It takes too damn long.
2 rotations at almost full suckage the whole time and not overheat.
I'm not very patient. It will take too long. And I have with this configuration, I also get the bonus vehicle hangar, which allows me to have a vehicle if I need one when I land on a planet's surface.
I could have one, but I'm set up for space combat right now, so I don't need planetary shit.
No, but I mean, I can actually use the FSD injection then, and actually go much further. So
yeah.
I would, in theory, I should never, like, unless I use this for exploration, which I'm not going to. It's a passenger ship, for Christ's sake. It's going to be around populated areas most of the time. When am I going to be outside of a populated area running exploration missions with my dolphin? Never. So tank makes more sense.
Tomorrow.
No, I'm going to have the ass.
I'm
okay.
kidding.
And now we will leave.
I'm just going to the spaceport so I can, hopefully buy a good cheap.
Okay, I'm going to wing with you next, I think. And then we're going to have a little race.
You name the time and place.
I said a little race.
Landing lock disengaged. Your way is clear to depart.
Oh, man. What is the time anyways? I didn't even bring my phone down with me.
Oh, it's probably a little past midnight. Holy shit.
What?
Oh, I just flew outside this planet is right in front of the space station, and it's got, like, we're on the night side. It's inhabited, so it's got cities.
Oh, yeah. That's always cool to see.
Yeah, except it's a little bit scary because you can't really see the surface.
You just see lights floating.
You see lights all over the place, and it's like, oh my god.
There's a lot of ships.
Okay, first of all, now that we're out here, we need to see... I need to know how far I can go with this. Navigation, please. Select Galaxy map, please. Yes, please. Holy crap, we can go all the way to 38 Virginis. No. First of all, we're going to the Exafe system, the Nescafe system. It's in the Canopus cluster. So we have to go all the way into the Canopus cluster to do this properly. And it's a big clusterfuck, so here we go.
I'm possibly gonna be ready soonish, maybe.
Well, I'm not leaving just yet. I'm trying to gauge distance. Okay, and what do we get for distance? You're not telling me.
Bastard.
Okay, time to fuck off. Maximum range is some sketchy secret. It's 25 light years. Jump range minimum is 23 light years. Okay, setting ourselves up here for back. You're being paged.
Oh, okay, it didn't make noise. I'm just, trying to jump. Oh, actually, I probably got enough time.
I think so.
There we go.
It doesn't take long.
No, but I'm trying to also get ready to jump out at this station. I'm 6 seconds.
Don't forget to turn on your beacon and nav lock when you have a moment.
Oh yeah. That'll be once I at least get out of frame shift.
Where the hell are you?
I'm at Kerwin Horizons in LHS
2875. I'm headed there now. Clock
just
off,
seeing if
you
they have
loser! Oh my god, you're such a loser.
What do I do now?
I'm not speaking to you, obviously. There we go. Ready. Jump. Oh, except now you're behind the planet. Engines all ahead blank.
Okay, where are you, number 7? My favorite thing about having shields is you can come in recklessly to your landing and not damage your hull.
Here we go.
Here we go. Okay, Mario. Let's see what they got for ships. Battle dropship, that'd be nice. What about a Python? Can I do this? Oh, I'm very close. I'm like 10,000 away from a Python. Or 10 million, sorry.
That's pretty good. Yeah, Python's a good ship to step onto on your way to the Anaconda.
How about the Federal Corvette?
Yeah, that's a good one too, but once you have one, you don't really use anything else ever again. Well, you just start collecting ships, actually, is what happens.
Yeah. It's like, well, I don't own one of these fully upgraded yet, so let's get that one.
Pretty
And then
much.
every now and then you just like fly something just for the shiz and giggles of it, because if it blows up you have tons of money to replace it. Did I hit the nail on the head there?
Pretty close. 3, 2, 1, jumping.
Man, I wish I could just have my Type 7 back and trade that 10 million right quick. It wouldn't take me long to get 10 million out of my smuggling runs.
I have a spare ship that I can sell for 30 million almost.
Well, give it to me so I can sell it for 30 million so I can buy a Python.
Okay, which sector are you in?
LHS 2875.
So am I. Why are you not showing up?
Because I'm Dr. Kerwin Horizon.
You should still appear.
Turned on the beacon.
Kerwin Horizons.
Beacon wing.
There you are. I'm pointing the wrong way is the problem. There you are.
I'm at your 6.
You've been located.
I'm gonna go grab something. I'll be right back.
about to leave, actually. It was getting kind of long there.
I had to microwave it.
Whatever. Now we will engage our engines again. Playing around with some space rocks.
Well, I'll figure out how to make 10 million quick now.
Okay. Now we're going to come around the planet. And there's your little marker. Are you leaving the base?
No. I'm still in it.
Okay.
I was just looking at the ships again.
These planets would be so cool if they actually moved the way a gas giant's cloud layers move. But, like, they're just pictures, like, they just sit there.
They need to optimize it for lower NPCs as well.
Well, I think they do already, but...
Yeah, another movement and it's gonna cause some people disrupted play.
Oh! We're passing Moon A. Moon A, and now Moon D. Ah. And closing on coming out of hyperspace.
I brought my phone with me.
Holy shit.
Hmm.
Because you had your thing set up properly, I actually came out of the base much sooner than I otherwise would have. So it gave me a little hop there that was very useful. No. 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 No.
Landing permission granted. You are
Landing permission granted.
3-4.
Landing at pad
Automated docking
34.
assist is now in progress.
Docking assist now in progress. And you should be able to see me now. I am through the space doors. Yay!
Woohoo!
Landing gear is deployed. And now,
Touchdown. Systems offline.
what are you doing right now?
Searching.
For what? The web?
Where to purchase another Type 7
Oh, good.
near me.
Okay, so according to this, I'm gonna stand up in my chair, my place. You fucker. Come on, get out from underneath my fucking legs, you goddamn cable. Fuck. Hey, this dolphin has a nice little bubble in it you can, like, stand up in. Do you realize you can walk around your cockpit?
Yes.
But you can also knock everything over in your real room. By doing so. Ah! Oh, I just fell over my desk.
Apparently, there's some keyboard controls you can hook up to it.
Yeah, so I'm told. There's a chair you can get that's like a cup, like a chair inside of a cup, and you put your feet in, and then like it's like a bicycle. They're like bicycle pedals, and except they move around, unlike bicycle pedals. They actually move around wherever you want to put your feet.
Yeah.
And then you can walk around and be upside down and sideways and inverted and etc. etc. So it basically can ape any position you want to walk around in. So when this thing gets space legs, hey, they have the Sound Crew label on the cabin doorway. Basically, there's no passengers on this ship right now, so I've got my own personal shuttle.
You're fancy.
I know. It's like, oh, I just traveled between 2 star systems at enormous expense in a giant star bus that I completely own. And I can live here if I want to. Of course, I'll eventually starve to death, but that's none of the food or anything.
Just take up farming.
Well, none of the food or the plants are real, so I'll still starve to death.
If they're not real, you're not real.
No, unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. You see, I am real because I think I am. To not be real.
I think so, therefore I am.
Cogito ergo sumus. We think, therefore we are. Or therefore I am. Not you are. But anyway. My Latin isn't
So
very
jellyfish
good.
aren't?
They don't think.
Huh?
They don't necessarily think.
Exactly, so how are they?
No,
Because we think of them, they are?
Yes.
Does that mean we can spawn things with our thoughts?
Yes. Exactly.
So does that mean if enough people believe in dragons, dragons will appear?
They do. In those people's minds. This space station is really big. Like, if they do, when space legs are available and we can walk around this station, like, it's going to take time to explore the damn thing, I suspect.
So, I gotta ask then, does that mean if enough of us believe in space legs enough, we will get space legs?
I don't really understand your question. I'm sure it's wordplay.
It's going back to what we were talking about before.
I know, but if I
Wishing it hard enough.
If I don't understand, I can't really help you.
I can't help either because I can't even remember.
Anyways, as I was saying,
what I did with my bloody bone.
running around this space station could take several days.
Probably, because think of how many people these stations hold.
Well, most of them are fake people, but if you run into real people like you and I, with the Space Legs feature, we're gonna have, I'm sure we'll have a little like separate thing that'll say this is a real person, but it won't help very much because you won't encounter people very often running around the space station. In other words, the space station could get, even if they're your standard size space stations like the Coriolis class stations, they're still 1 cubic kilometer in size, and that's a lot of space. And you could get lost. You could get lost inside this space station as well as the rest of the galaxy. So now you have like little mini galaxies inside of the big galaxy. Consequently, it's just going to become harder to find real people in, like fellow players.
There's going to be hot spots where everyone will congregate because there's something useful here.
Like a bar.
Yeah, a bar. There you go. You can get information, trade information.
Yeah, I guess you could have a little area set up for players that will attract them.
And then across the way you have a little bazaar.
But what about the rest?
Go in and trade your goods.
Yeah, and you can buy toy clothing and stuff. But like, what about the rest of the station?
It's just there for aesthetics.
And then there's cities on the planet's surface to top everything else off. So you've got the entire...
You can buy a house.
Yes, you could buy a house.
There you go.
Or an entire building.
And making extra money that way.
And rent space. So you could get to the point where you just never leave. It's already kind of like that now. I'm standing here in my dolphin.
Now, what's stopping me from flying somewhere else? Nothing.
Well, me.
What's keeping me from leaving this station? Nothing.
I could put my dolphin in the doorway.
I could literally just like float outside the station forever, pretty much.
That's true. After you've blown up my dolphin.
You want me to blow up your dolphin?
No. If you did it inside the station anyway, they'd shoot you and they'd blow you up too.
Well, that'd be fun.
I can't believe they put the Sound Crew logo in my cockpit on the doorway behind me. And it looks like a Galaxy class, you know, like, it looks like one of the shuttles out of Star Trek. Like, it's got the little glass pad here. You can tap on the glass pad if you want. Okay, are you done yet? Oh, you're going into the superstructure of the space station.
Yeah.
The person next to you is coming out. Wait. That could be... It's a type... It's a circle. They're launching their circle. They're flying their circle out the space door. Their circle is gone. That isn't your circle. So...
No.
And there's a basketball.
I might have to go to bed, though.
Yeah, it might be best to
Already.
put this aside till tomorrow. I can always just move my other spaceship down here. And then when you come on tomorrow, whenever the hell that is, probably in the evening.
Yeah, because I'll be working till 10.
Then
but I will have the weekend off, so I'll, like...
Yeah. Well...
Power up for it.
So do I, but I'm going to have to spend part of it actually doing meaningful work. My career, which is in the shitter, and I'm going to run out of money soon. I probably have to borrow money from Daddy again.
Fun.
I hate borrowing money from Daddy. He's too old for this. And the government really shouldn't be this stupid. They're just so fucking unbelievably brain dead. Okay, I guess we'll let you go on that note, and we'll talk tomorrow.
Alright, have a good one.
You too, take care.
Bye.
Bye for now. Hello. Testing 1, 2, 3. Okay, everyone, this is Commander Trium. We're signing off for the night. This wasn't a long session, but we did manage to bring the Dolphin down to be close to our wingman. So we'll be ready for tomorrow's excursion out into the Guardians and likely dominate the gameplay this weekend. More about that later, though, and of course, this and other news all available on Commander Trium's blog at ross613.wordpress.com/elite. You can pick up these videos as well as subscribe to them, just like Frontier Developments has itself done, by visiting youtube.com/apprefactory. That's APP as in Papa, RE, and the word factory, all smooshed together to say the word apprefactory. youtube.com/apprefactory. This was the 9th February 3304 at 6:34:15 Zulu. I'm Commander Trium. Good night.